If you've just picked up Arc Raiders and you're feeling a bit lost, don't worry, you're definitely not alone. This is many players' first extraction shooter, and the learning curve is steep. Here's what you need to understand. Arc Raiders isn't about killing everything or being the last alive. It's about looting, surviving, and extracting. Because if you don't make it out, you lose everything. In this video, I'll walk you through everything you need to know to survive and progress in the early stages of the game. Let's start with the most controversial question. Should you be shooting at other players and engaging in PvP combat? Arc Raiders is designed first and foremost as a PvE experience. The world, the enemies, the progression systems, all of it is built around looting, surviving and extracting, and not constant player vs player combat.
Okay. I owe you one.
That being said, not everyone plays by the rules. The players will most definitely attack you, and I'll probably get some hate for saying this, but at the end of the day, it's entirely your choice whether you initiate fights with other players. Just understand that there will be consequences. Every fight makes everything harder. Every shot you fire creates noise, throwing both players in arcs. Every raider you kill sends up a flare, broadcasting your location to the entire map. On top of that, Arc Raiders uses aggression-based matchmaking. The more hostile you are towards other players, the tougher your lobbies will become over time. This will mean less games you'll make it out alive, and as a result, slow down your progression. So just because you can fight someone, doesn't mean it's in your best interest that you should. Instead of instantly dueling other players, the game gives you tools to communicate. You can use the emote wheel to say,
"Don't shoot!"
You may even see other players flashing their torches, or even spam crouching to let you know that they are friendly. Proximity chat can also be used to communicate with fellow raiders.
Blueprints.
Oh wow, thanks man. Wish I had something to give you.
One more, great. I think you have this, right?
Nah man, much appreciated. Most players are willing to cooperate, share space, or simply let each other extract. However, there are two key things to always keep in mind. Even if you're someone who cooperates with other players and focuses on PvE, and even though you'll usually be placed in lobbies with like-minded players, that doesn't mean you won't occasionally run into someone who will shoot you on sight. So just be ready for that. And this psychological tension is what makes Arc Raiders exciting. You never truly know who you can trust. So always stay vigilant and pay close attention to how other players are behaving. The best advice I can give you is just avoid other players whenever possible, especially early on. And remember, the goal is to extract alive. So put your ego aside and don't chase kills. Before every raid, you'll need to have a loadout. I'll go through what you should be packing, but I just want to start by mentioning free loadouts. Always use these when you're first starting out. Free loadouts allow you to enter a raid without risking your own weapons and items in case you die. You'll get a random level 1 weapon, healing items and basic equipment. And if you make it out alive, you get to keep all of it. The only downside to free loadouts are that they don't have a safe pocket, which is a space in your inventory that allows you to keep an item even if you are killed. Here's a tip most players miss. You can actually trade in free loadouts at Lance's shop for these uncommon augments. So don't just sell your free loadouts, trade them instead. Once you start taking on larger arcs, doing harder quests, or just want to hold your own against other players in PvP, that's when custom loadouts become necessary. Let me show you the most optimal loadout when you're just starting out. For augments, you should go with the looting augment, because you want to extract as much loot as possible, so you can start crafting the items you need. With the looting augment, you can only use a light shield. For our weapons, we're going to go with the Pharaoh, because you need at least one gun that is strong against arcs. The second weapon we'll go with is arguably the best cheap gun in the game. Some might even say that it's too OP. And that is the Stitcher. If possible, and if you have all the right materials, upgrade your weapons to level 3 or 4 before bringing them topside. Adding attachments can also turn an okay gun into a great one. And just make sure to bring the correct ammo for your gun. I usually bring one full clip for each one of my guns. Some guns like the Batina or the Torrente eat through ammo really fast, so if you're using any of these guns, you might want to bring at least 2 or 3 slots of ammo. One of your quick use slots should be used for herbal bandages. Normal bandages aren't that great, but if they're all you have, you might as well bring them along. I like to bring at least 3 herbal bandages, but if you want to be safe, you could bring at least 5. Any more will take up another slot. The second quick use slot could be used for shield recharges. I also bring at least 3 of these, but you can bring up to 5. Like the herbal bandages, any more than 5 will take up more than 1 slot. Shields only deflect a portion of damage. As you can see here, both health and shield go down when taking damage. Depending on the level of shield you have, the less damage your health will take. So when healing, prioritize getting your health to at least 80% before worrying about your shield. With your other quick use spots, it's pretty much up to your preference. You can bring explosives or even other useful equipment. When it comes to dealing with arcs, early on, just avoid them whenever possible. Stay out of sight and keep quiet. Don't sprint or shoot near these arcs unless you're ready for a fight. Only hunt arcs early on if you need parts for your workbench upgrades. Otherwise, they are not worth the risk. However, if you do engage with them, remember every arc has a weak point that significantly takes more damage. All flying arcs are weak on their wings and their thrusters. All big arcs that crawl are weak on the leg joints. By hitting these weak points, save ammo and finish them off much quicker. Here's the golden rule. Loot only matters if you survive, so extraction should always be part of your plan from the moment that you drop in. Early on, you'll have limited maps available. You'll be able to play Damn Battlegrounds and Buried City straight away, while other maps will require you to participate in a certain amount of raids before you can unlock them. I personally find Damn Battlegrounds and Buried City being the most beginner friendly, because in these maps, there is usually less PvP pressure. So it's usually best to stick to these maps while you're still learning the game. I would suggest focusing on repeating the same map and learning multiple loot routes, because spawn points are random every raid, so you need to know the map well enough so you can hit high value areas quickly and then get out. Don't worry too much about dying early on, especially with free loadouts. There's definitely a learning curve when it comes to surviving arcs and other players. Most loot is randomized, but yellow areas on the map have a lot better odds for getting rare loot, and rare areas are even better. But because of this, these spots are usually crawling with other players. There are also unmarked areas on the map that give high value loot. Check out some of my videos for those locations. You can also find keycards to open up special looting rooms. When you are looting, you have a limited amount of items you can loot till your bag is full. So it's important to know what loot is worth taking over others. Early on, prioritize items that you need to upgrade your workbenches. You can track these requirements so the exact items you need will be marked when you find them. Upgrading your benches is crucial because it unlocks better crafting options. Blueprints are the most sought out types of loot because they allow you to learn how to craft very useful items. Grab these whenever you can. Fill the rest of your bag with high value items. Loot is color coded. Gold is the best, then pink, then blue, then green, and then not so rare grey. A quick tip, you can actually swap out items while looting to compare which one has the most value. Remember to always store your most valuable item in your safe pocket. Anything except weapons can be stored there. Every item also has weight. Once you're over your carry limit, you'll be encumbered and move extremely slow. So just remember, greed literally slows you down and gets you killed. Once you've got valuable loot, start planning your exit immediately. Staying too long is the most common reason new players die. All extraction points are on timers. Always track nearby points and how much time you have left. It's good practice while you're looting to listen out for gunshots or other arc activity to have a gauge of where other players are on the map. This will let you know where the quieter parts of the map are so you can extract safely. Something I do is always emote "don't shoot" when approaching extraction. It signals to other players that may be also extracting that are unfriendly. Although this strategy may break your stealth, so does pressing this button. While waiting for the extraction to arrive, stay behind cover and maintain a vantage point while you're waiting. If another raider shows up and doesn't signal friendliness, and you're running a free loadout, it's often smarter to rotate to another extraction point, but sometimes you may not have a choice but to fight. The safest way to extract is by using a hatch. However, these require a hatch key, but it is something you can craft once your utility station hits level 2. You can also get these from quests or just buy them from the shop using your credits. Hatches are pretty OP because they open instantly, allowing for a quick escape. Don't wait around too long because they will close after just 10 seconds. Every raid you enter has an overall time limit before the map will be destroyed. However, the map won't be destroyed as long as you hit the extraction button before the timer goes to 0. And a final tip that can save your life and your loot: you can call extractions while downed and even begin extracting in that state. So never give up until your last breath. So that's pretty much all you need to know at the beginning stages of Arc Raiders. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments and I'll be more than happy to answer them. Also, if you have any beginner tips of your own that I may have missed, please leave them in the comments and help the community out. If this guide has helped you, hit that like button and please subscribe, as it will generally help me make more content like this. And that's all for me. I'll see you in the next one.